Some stories sound unreal until you meet the people in person. This man didn't marry 1 or 2 but 9 wives, and then he did something even crazier. He sent them all away from the first to the last one. It's unbelievable to marry 9 wives, but it's even more shocking to get rid of them all at once. Once surrounded by the love and chaos of 9 wives, children and grandchildren, he now lives alone, having made the surprising decision to send his family away. So, what happened to this man? Why did he decide to part ways with his wives and remain alone?
Mimi kwa jina naitwa Asmani Saidi.
My name is Asman Saidi. I am 61 years old and I live in Hombolo, Dodoma. I grew up in a village and had a typical African life. Eventually I got married, and according to our religion, I could have multiple wives. As a result, I ended up marrying 9 times. However, there came a time when I had to make a difficult decision. I had to expel all of them at once. He used to live well with his family, his children, wives, grandchildren. They all lived harmoniously. He made sure everyone was taken care of, and there was never any lack. He was a very responsible husband and father figure a family could ask for, but then things changed quickly. I treated all my wives equally, giving each of them the same things and sharing everything equally among them. However, something changed when they conspired against me. I learned about their plan from my son. He told me, "Dad, your wives have conspired to kill you and take over your property." When I asked him if he was sure, he confirmed it. After receiving this information from my son, I felt the need to protect my life. It was very surprising that despite everything I had done for them, they had turned against me. Moreover, their behaviors during those days seemed unusual, adding to my surprise. He didn't have concrete evidence, but what he did see wasn't enough to make him suspect their plan. When he would return from work, he would find them talking about various issues and making noise. Unbeknownst to him, they had a plan to take his life, but as they say, still waters run deep. He was somehow convinced that his life would end miserably and knew he had to act. I made the decision to expel all of them. I informed them that starting from that day, they should either go back to their own homes or find a new place to live, because I no longer wish to live with them. Since we have children together and they opted to take them with them, I need to ensure that I provide for them through child support, while also keeping my own life intact. There is a saying that questions the benefit of gaining the whole world, but losing one's soul. What can a person offer in exchange for their soul? I had to safeguard my life and was prepared to sacrifice nearly everything. Living alone after being used to having 9 wives was very difficult, but to protect his life, he said, "Let whatever happens, happen." Now, he has more peace of mind than when he was with those women. Since they left, I have been trying to contact Mariam, who was either the last or the youngest of my 9 wives, and whom I loved very much. I called her and asked her to come back home so that we could discuss some things, but she refused to return. However, looking back, perhaps it was a blessing in disguise, as I have never been happier, and I have no intention of getting married anytime soon. Now alone, Saidi has taken on all the household chores. He cleans the house, washes dishes, and cooks for himself. Sometimes, his life feels monotonous and lonely. However, this solitude also gives him time to reflect on his life and plan for his future, something he never had when living with women and children. Sometimes my life can be boring, but during those moments of boredom, I find myself reflecting on the future. In the evenings, I enjoy taking leisurely walks around the neighborhood, appreciating the beauty of nature before heading back home. This has become my regular routine when I don't have any other obligations. These simple exercises, such as walking, have the potential to strengthen muscles and increase joint flexibility, ultimately reducing the chances of experiencing stiffness and arthritis. In other words, these activities are incredibly beneficial. A lot of people have been blaming this man, saying that there is no way all 9 women would leave. They think that maybe it was his fault, as it doesn't really make sense how he would get rid of all his wives. He has been called an irresponsible man and many other things, but he has learned that people talk a lot regardless of the situation, whether good or bad, and he has chosen to ignore them. He believes he is innocent regarding what he did and no longer cares about what people think. I currently have no plans to marry again. I want to take a significant amount of time to think about it and see if I can move past everything that has happened. Perhaps after a year or 2 the situation will be clearer. As for what will happen then, I cannot say. Only God knows what the future holds. Right now, there doesn't seem to be any chance of me getting married again. Out of my 9 previous wives, I never found the right one. So, I will have to wait and see, or perhaps choose not to marry again. You never know what the future will bring. Relationships form the backbone of our existence. They bring joy, support, and a sense of belonging. Saidi's story, while filled with unique challenges, also highlights a universal truth. Everyone needs a partner, but finding the right one is so crucial. A good partner is someone who stands by you through thick and thin, understands your struggles, and shares your joys. I believed I had found that in my wives, but things changed, and I found myself alone. Family is everything. We support each other in good times and bad. Having a trustworthy partner makes life's burdens lighter. In our culture, marriage is a cherished bond. However, it is also crucial to know the person you are marrying. Character matters more than looks. It did not work for me, but I have a friend whose relationship worked well. He and his wife have been together for 20 years. They have had their share of struggles, but their love and commitment to each other have kept them strong, something that was lacking in my marriage. From his experience, he would like to tell people who have not yet married that someone may tell you yes while their heart is saying no, or they may tell you no while their heart is saying yes. In everything that happened to him, he never thought it would happen also, believing that understanding women is also one of the most complicated things in this world. To the younger individuals watching this, I don't want to discourage you from getting married. However, it is important to consider certain factors before tying the knot. Think about the person you are marrying, where you met, and who they truly are. It is not advisable to marry someone you have only just met, as a successful marriage is not solely based on appearance but on character. Nonetheless, even with a strong foundation, there are no guarantees for a perfect marriage due to the complexities of human beings. Saidi's story is proof of the unexpected challenges life can bring and the resilience required to face them. In his solitude, he finds peace and reflects on the lessons learned from a life once filled with love, betrayal, and ultimately, wisdom. His story teaches us that even those closest to us can sometimes betray our trust. It is crucial to be aware of potential issues and address them proactively.